Most of the time, you would learn in school the basic words of Spanish, but try doing a full on conversation at the end of the semester. I went to Plano Senior High School when I was in 11th grade, and I remember that they were very big in Spanish, and I knew I was very fluent and knew full Spanish myself. And thank God they made me take the whole semester because they realized that I was Puerto Rican and I didn't have to relearn Spanish. And it was just only a credit. And once I realized that they only teach you, a credit, it's not really a requirement like how it's usually over here. But differently, we take science, social studies, math, Spanish. I was gonna say science again, but all the basics, and PE and health. We've had Spanish for a long time, and I feel like it is time to spread out the knowledge that we have to the world and to be able to understand. If you want to know how to learn how to order in a fast food restaurant, you're going to be able to learn on here about this. And if you want to be able to learn how to have a decent conversation with a person you like, I'm going to go through that as well. Also, we're going to be talking about special songs that we have in Spanish that I know they are very viral. And I even asked myself, how can people sing this without knowing the actual meaning of the song? So I'm going to teach you all the meanings of behind Hispanic songs, and especially the biggest artist that we have now in Puerto Rico, Bad Bunny. It's going to be good content for you to also take with you if you ever come to our island and are able to, talk with the locals and feel like a local yourself. Before we get to Bad Bunny, we're going to start off with the basics. I know that some people sometimes it's kind of hard for them to present themselves when they meet a Latin person. So if you're a boss and you're trying to speak to your employee, the first thing that I'm going to teach you is how to speak to your employee appropriately. Saludos, ¿cómo estás? Buen día. ¿Cómo te sientes hoy? Qué bueno. So Hispanic people, we do not like being treated like as we don't know what you're talking about. So we're gonna start with that, and always with respect. And if you're trying to speak a Latin person, don't say it in a joking way. Don't be like making fun of the person. We're learning here this new language for personal use and for to be able to expand our mind. I'm also gonna touch the bad words, but we're gonna go through that in the future. How you should speak to somebody if you're trying to speak to a person that they're mad and you don't know how to communicate with them in Spanish, you're gonna say this: Por favor, no nos estamos entendiendo. Vamos a calmarnos. Por favor is please. No nos estamos entendiendo is we're not understanding each other. Vamos a calmarnos is we're gonna take it easy. If you're going through a hard time with a person, and especially if they're Latin and you don't know their language, don't be trying to make them seem like they're stupid because they don't know English. Because you also don't know Spanish. So that's the first thing. And once you try to let them know that, you don't know fully Spanish, but you're trying to communicate with them, it's going to ease up. It's gonna ease up, and you're gonna be able to have a better conversation with this person from here on. If you're trying to ask the person out on a date, so if you're trying to ask this person on a date, and first of all, we Latinas, we love a person that tries to get out of the way to do something nice for us. So if you do simple things, letting this person know that you like them, you win them after that. Knowing or not knowing Spanish, and you can learn along the way. But if you're trying to ask this person out, you can start off with, me das una oportunidad, me das una oportunidad para conocerte un poquito más. Me das oportunidad para conocerte un poquito más means, can you give me a little bit more time to know you a little bit more? And especially if you don't know the language and you want to speak, from a more personal level, that's practically asking them out on a date. And if you, say it in a respectful way, they're gonna like that. If you're trying to order some food, this is what you're gonna say. Por favor, ¿me puede dar un minuto? Can you please give me a moment? And you're gonna see the menu. And if it's meat, carne. And if it's pollo, pollo is chicken. So if the person is telling you pollo, off the bat, you're gonna know it's chicken. If it's carne, it's meat. I feel like a lot of people already know this, but I want to throw it in there just in case, you never know. It's very simple if you know, like, if you see the beginning of the words, especially like lettuce, tomato, they start off the same, like English and Spanish. That's why it's going to be so easy for you to learn this. It just takes a little time and effort. If you like this kind of content, subscribe if you'd like to see more of me teaching you some Spanish, and like, comment, and we'll see you tomorrow.